You know, there was that motherfucker, and listen, we're all friends here. There was the guy in the Peloton Discord last night. He was going off on me. He was like, I'm as competitive as you. You better make sure that you keep pedaling so I keep pedaling. And I was like, damn, bro, chill. I'm just a pace car. Like, I'm just here to get a workout in. He was like, I'm going to, like, get you tomorrow. The motherfucker didn't even wake up for the rides. He wasn't in any of them. He slept in. Everybody's gangster till the 6:30 a.m. call time. I don't really care if he beats my ass in the ride. I'm just saying, like, he was talking a big game. Okay, maybe he had a family emergency. I'm just saying, you're absolutely right. This ain't a scene. It's a GD arms race, bro. Whatever that means. 70% chance he was on ketamine. I wouldn't know about all that. I'm not making any ketamine jokes. I'm not Chibli. A, I've never done ketamine. But B, I read like an article that like after a year of ketamine use, you get like permanent crystals in your brain or something like that. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm just saying. I think there was something in the article though that was like you can reverse it. But who knows how bad the shit that reverses it is for you, you know? That might punch holes in there or something. It's not shungite. Or a little ketamine around the La Casa. I'm sorry, I can't. I have to read it every time I see it, man. It's so funny.
Anyways, I bought a whole bunch of shungite rocks. Do you know what shungite is? Anybody know what shungite is? No, not Suge Knight. I think he's locked up in prison. Talking shungite. Anyways, it's a 2 billion year old like rock stone that protects against frequencies and unwanted frequencies that may be traveling in the air. That's my story. I bought a whole bunch of stuff, put them around the La Casa, little pyramids, stuff like that.
I got glintstone coming out of my head. I don't know what all these drugs do, man, okay? I just want to be able to buy Sudafed. That's it. Like, that's... I'll support whatever narcotics policy lets me buy cold medicine that actually works without needing to talk to a pharmacist first. I can be trusted. You can trust... Sorry, it got me thinking about the intrusive thoughts memes. That was like after the dude on the flight in the jump seat like tried to pull the "this shit is on fire" button in the cockpit and kill all those people on the plane. All the memes were like, yeah, you can trust me in the jump seat. I will not pull the fire handle. Why is there... Hey, does anybody else see that glowing ring around the fire handle? He was a first-time psilocybin user. Apparently, I saw that he'd been awake for like 40 hours consecutively too, right? Can you imagine? I guarantee that dude's part of like a group chat where like all of his friends were like, dude, you gotta do mushrooms. I did it once and I realized that like all human beings are part of the same collective consciousness. It changed my life. My relationships are so much better. I'm a better parent. I have so much more empathy for strangers. That dude popped mushrooms for the first time and is now being charged with 86 counts of attempted murder. I would be like, bro, you really fucked me with that one, buddy. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna do them. I know the risk is relatively low, but there are anecdotal examples of people that were like normal and then they just took like too much or something like that and they just never came back. They're still in the sunken place. Just don't get in the jump seat. Microdosing is like coffee. I'm not like a fucking psychonaut or whatever, okay? I'm not building the RESTful API for DoorDash 2, you know? I'm not doing like universe-changing work like that, so I don't think I have any need to microdose like LSD or psilocybin mushrooms. I'm just a guy. Picking up my daughter 3 hours late from daycare. Sorry. I thought that was milligrams, not micrograms. Ooh. I do kind of want to start eating like an edible at night twice a week though. But the problem is, it's like semi-irrational. But the hat man that lives inside of me is like, what if you eat it and then like 15 minutes later there's an emergency? Like you put your you put your kid down for sleep and then you like eat the gusher or whatever. Like every gusher is like 10 times the recommended amount of THC you could consume. And then your kid is like, I haven't even taken, I have to go to the hospital right now. And you're like, I guess we have to drive immediately. I gotta get to the damn hospital within like 35 minutes. Otherwise I'm fucked. And we can't come back. Yeah, that's true. Take the Peloton, strap onto the Peloton. Get to the hospital, they're like, what's your postal code? I'm like, fucking, sorry. I know it. Sorry, we just moved. Fucking. I'm not saying it makes you stupid. I'm just saying you're not at your most coherent. If you are at your most coherent, I'm not like a counselor or whatever, but if you're at your most coherent when you're high, you have a problem, right? That's not controversial. Yes, I have a problem. Okay, that's all I'm asking for. Everyone knows you're only at your best after 3 triple IPAs. I have a high-stress job. I'm high on THC the entire time. Yeah, but like, you didn't start out that way. Like, it wasn't like it was your first day as like a, you know, the dude who cools down the rods at the nuclear power plant or something like that, and you're like, hang on. Let me boof this grass real quick. You were like, you probably built up the habit in college, amplified it in grad school, and then when you got the job, you're like, well, it's too late to pump the brakes, you know? Pump it, I don't know, I'm gonna head through the windshield if I start pumping the brakes. Makes it easier to blow on the rods. What do they call that again when you, you blow the smoke into someone else's mouth? It's not a snowball, that's something different. That's called a shotgun. We gotta work on different terminology, because there's also beer shotgunning. Which is when you, if you're not familiar, many of you probably are, most of you probably are. If you're not familiar with shotgunning a beer, it's by far the stupidest way to drink a beer, which as a young adult makes it easily one of the best. You use your car keys to, you turn the can upside down so the air bubble in the can goes to what essentially is the bottom of the can. Then you use your car keys to cut a little metallic hole that inevitably is going to cut the shit out of your mouth when you drink it. And I can't pause it. Okay, well now this is, in many ways it's a pause. So you take the can like this, right? Like you're giving a baby the Heimlich maneuver, and the air bubble ends up right here. You use your car keys to cut out like a little circle. And then you put your mouth on it while it's still tilted up. And then probably someone goes like 3, 2, 1, go. And then while grabbing the aluminum tab, you go, and then the gravity pushes the liquid out through the hole down. You'll never see your esophagus move more than when you're shotgunning a beer. I have not done one. It's got to be at least like 12, 13 years. I kind of want to do one just to see if I still got the sauce. I think it would be sick to hang out with your boys at age 34 and just like have a couple of drinks, but the first one is shotguns. And then be like, no, okay, I'll have a glass of red wine, please. Hey, do you want another kokanee? Are you fucking crazy? I'm 34 years old. What do you got? Do you have a white Zinfandel? Why not just drink normally? Well, it's part of the problem, right? It's like, you know, I was gonna say because it gets boring. You say that means you're drinking too much? Yeah, that's why the only people who fucking shotgun are like in college or in prison. Like, it is crazy that the idea of shotgunning a Coke Zero is like, it sounds so unpleasant, but shotgunning a beer sounds like better, even though they're both carbonated. Like, that's the crazy thing about alcohol, right? It's like at age 21, if you were like, do you want to have like 8 sodas tonight? You would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You think I want to give myself type 2 diabetes? It was like, well, how about 8 beverages that are actually just worse for you? I'd be like, fucking, what? Double it, bitch! Puss! Is it worse, though? It's gotta be, man. Because a Coke is a Coke. A beer is like a Coke plus alcohol. I'm getting a lot of question marks from people who really need to do their own research. I know the connotations of that, but you ever think about how crazy it is that the beer companies don't have to print nutritional information on the beers? Like, I get that there's like a Surgeon General's warning that's like, you know, don't drink this if you're pregnant or if you're about to drive. But then they don't even have to put like the fact that a can of beer is like 210 calories on the back. They do it in Europe. They're always, that's what they say about Europe. They're always one step ahead of the game.
Took my bike to the lake. Brought my shovel, brought my rake. Took my boy to the swing. Let him swing, let them ring. Bought my friends Italian beef. Make them fart and make them queef. Abraham Lincoln was governor here. Only a steel man can be enough. If you know what I'm talking about? Sufjan Stevens?